What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP here in a 30-minute time frame, guys. Before I continue, I got to tell you that I'm actually coming to you from a mobile setup. I am actually at the grandparents' house, right? I am at the grandparents' house for my son, right, guys? So please excuse me if it does seem a little bit incomplete, but we are good here. We are good to go. So, guys, we have absolutely met the crap out of our targets, right, to the downside yesterday. You recall from yesterday's analysis, we were sitting right about up here, right, guys, signaling a potential drop into this zone here, signaling for the stragglers, right, an entry and opportunity, right, for us to get long this asset here, so we can go ahead and take a ride to the moon, right, guys? So we specifically spoke about this resistance level. Look at it. Look at it. Oh man, so we were able to get here just about, I mean ever so slightly, right, guys, just 1 penny away from our topside target, but we were able to meet every upside target in that trajectory, guys, even this one right up in here, right, guys? So I love what we're doing here, and now to move forward, let's see what we have in line for this asset. Okay, so this formation here, guys, in the 30-minute time frame, of course, it is another bullish formation. Yesterday, we were able to identify a longer-term time frame bull flag, which is what gave us the target to the upside here. So this one also has bullish properties, right, guys? So this is going to be your falling wedge formation, right, guys? This is a formation here that's practiced, over equities and forex, cryptocurrency, all kinds of stuff, guys. This formation here has been around in the trade for quite some time. It is a bullish formation, and it is indicating here potential upside continuation, guys. And now, just like the other triangles that we've been observing here on this play, this XRP play, you gotta remember here that these tend to break, or they tend to move towards the upside. This is a bullish one, right? So it favors the bulls. It doesn't mean that it can be played to the downside. It just means that it favors the bulls. So, and it usually tends to break out at around 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle, right? So that would be roughly around this area here. So suggesting right now, guys, it's around 5:45 p.m. Pacific time, right? So this would suggest a breakout here around the 10 p.m. mark. They tend to break out also with around 3 tests of the resistance, right? So this could serve as one test here. This is going to be the second one, potential third test coming up, right? So if this is correct, right, then we could experience here a little more of a drawdown, a little more of a downside here, specifically down to this area here. If I can just kind of meet this here with raw price, right, guys? There's going to be 2 levels to consider. It should be this one right over here, right, looking at about 253.95 to 255.30, followed by this zone right down here at the very base of the triangle, right? So that's going to give us a little bit of room here using this candle here as confluence. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm thinking here that we could possibly get down to these targets just like this here, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of be as there we go, right to this opening of that bar there. So yeah, I do think that it can be down to this area here, guys. Potential, more than likely down here, and then definitely get ourselves a ripper towards the upside here around a few hours from now, a couple hours from now. This thing could actually be experiencing a breakout to the upside. So hopefully you can go ahead and get to see this message before it gets to that upside, right, guys? So more and more opportunities here to be able to get ourselves either some holdings for our long-term bags, or even trading it, right, guys? Because I know that there's a lot of people who are also trading XRP in order for them to extract from the market so they can get long more XRP, right, for the long haul bag. So yeah, in that case, team, I think the trajectory here would be to face some downside into these areas here, pickup zones. These would be your the loading zones, right? So let me just go ahead and kind of highlight these green instead, and we're going to go ahead and get the measured move for the upside using the formation, right, guys? So there are 3 targets that this has to offer. The more obvious ones right now, since we don't know where the breakout is going to be, right, we can only speculate that the breakout would be here around 9, 10 9 or 10 p.m. Tonight, right? So I guess that can give us a target, but it's better for us to just not speculate too hard on that and use the more obvious, technical, right? So there's going to be the center of the triangle right here would be one target, and of course the largest area of the triangle would be another area. Take a trend line, right? Make sure that it spans out that complete area there. So now here's the speculation yet again, right? We're gonna, you know what? We'll just go ahead and do it anyway. Let's just say that this would be around 10 p.m., right? So this would be the other target, right? So from here, team, let's just go ahead and kind of put the price action, at the breakout zone there, right? So this is where we're speculating for it to break out. Then from the same area down here, we're going to attach the middle of the triangle, right? That's going to give us the target number 2, and of course the target number 3, just as so, right about there. So these are. Let me go ahead and put the receipts on this too, so that we can go ahead and all be, in line right here. We're gonna be in the on the same page. Okay, guys. So yeah, that would be the. I know that this is gonna get a little bit of it's gonna get a bunch of people confused. They're gonna be like, ARCa, what in the, you know what I mean? So let's just go ahead and mark these off green right here real quick, team, and we're gonna just be done with this in the immediate right here, guys. Very, very good, team, and there you go. So I do think that we have a little bit of this downside right here just to reaccumulate before continuing on to the upside. 10 p.m., roughly 9:30, 10 p.m. my time, Pacific time, would be roughly when I think this would break out. 5:48 p.m. Pacific time right now, guys. Please remember, team, I got to put out that, guys, the beginner's mentorship is now done, and I have now the last few days so that I can invite you into the master's course, right, guys? We're going to start the new beginners charting and trading program. Okay, this is going to be ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. Make sure to get in touch with me here, guys. Make that resolution count. Become a better trader. Reach out to me, ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com, and we can get you enrolled. Okay, guys. As for the syllabus, as for the disclaimer, all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, if you've known here, if you've been watching this, for those of you who have already known me for a long time, you know that we practice a pretty good strategy here. Okay, team. So thank you so much for considering that and considering me for your trading journey. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, team. Let's first validate the downside. We're going to use volatility versus momentum for the downside validation, right? So we're going to use stochastic momentum versus linear volatility. And let's see it from the, really, let's go granular here. So yeah, it looks like we still have a downside pivot. It is a pretty significant downside pivot, but I got to remind you here that volatility is not really respecting all that strength for that downside, right? As long as we are contracting, that's telling you that there is some exhaustion, at least for the bear side, for the bear side of things, right? So 15-minute time frame does have a downside as well. It's also kind of contracting. I know that it's flat bottoming here. That could show some volatility soon. We're gonna have to just go ahead and wait and see. 30-minute time frame over in 9 minutes and 32 seconds. This is starting to contract and it's starting to kind of curve right there, guys. Very likely for it to experience some downside on the 30-minute. Hourly time frame downside contraction on that too. Yeah, this is likely going to be a very, very short-lived downside here, guys, and we could potentially start reaccumulating soon. By hourly time frame downside, we're going to quantify this downside here. Okay, guys. So yeah, contraction on the 3-hour downside, 4-hour. 4-hour has a little bit of expansion here, so that is suggesting downside. 2 hours and 9 minutes to close this. To close this 4-hour bar, but it's still suggesting the downside. Okay, 6-hour time frame still has downside, and the 8-hour, 12-hour does sort of too. Okay, so there we go. We have about a day's worth of downside, and this could be signaling here since we have the new day started just about 2 hours ago, right? So let's pull up the stats window here. This is one of my algorithms that, by the way, you will be given access to when becoming a master student or actually a trading member inside of the private Discord. Link in the description below, right, guys? So look at this. So we have an ATR of about 23.85, and that would put us at about $2.80 at $2.32 at a low. So that's actually pretty intense. So let's go ahead and find out what that 232 can look like, right? It's telling us that we would essentially come all the way back down here, but we need to make sure that we can observe why in the world we would even do that in the first place, right? So let's take a look at the immediate price, right, and kind of highlight the 232 area, which would be right in here. That was yesterday's entry. which we definitely got. And so from here, you know, what's to stop us from you know, potentially getting there? So we would have to just open up a larger term time frame here, guys, and take a look at the candles and see what that 232 is kind of looking like, right? So 232 would be located right about here, right? This is the area of the 232. Otherwise, the very bottom side of this weekly bar. We just opened up this weekly bar, right? This is the new weekly. So that's something that could also have a stop price action. For example, right here at 253, that's something that can signal the 50% retrace of this bar itself, right? So, or right here, 253 would be the 50% of this bar. So 50% of its own bar would be considered to be pretty fair, right? So I guess the reason why we would be able to stop from reaching 232 would also be 244, because this is literally the 50% of this bar here, and also the closing valuation and opening valuation of our present bar. So that's another reason for us to stop it. Okay, guys, let's go to the 4-day time frame and see what's up. Yeah, 248, another reason for us to stop, right? Huge critical support right down there. So let me, I guess that 248 area, it looks pretty damn good. The also, yeah, look at this, 248 right at the $3, right at the 3-day time frame. This could also suggest some potential support right there. So that's the same 3-day opening of the bar. Yeah, I think honestly, guys, I don't see enough reason for us to get down to 232 here. Of course, anything can happen in crypto, and it really does, right? But anyway, so let's just go ahead and take a look at that what was it, the 248, right, against the immediate short term. So 248, what would it be? Well, if we just look a little bit closer here, it looks like 248 could be all the way down right about here. So if we're getting that 248 bottom as let's see, as a 1-hour time frame, maybe, yeah, if we're getting this 248 right up in here, team, that signals that we would potentially be, this would be a bear trap, right? A quick little liquidity grab, 248 bottom side here, and this would essentially trap some of the bears, right? It gives you the indication that we're going to potentially continue towards that downside. So I'm just going to go ahead and put here the target, which would be right at this peak, right about there. Even this one right over here is kind of a trap too. So I'm going to put one more area of support here, team. So I'm going to do this right here, that 249 top to about that 248.38 bottom could be one more area for us to experience some type of bottoming out and continuation. Okay, guys. So this would be pretty much that bear trap zone. And if price action does really come down here into these levels, that creates a wolf formation out of this. So that would give us the wave 1, 2, 3, and 4 connection, right? So that would be like this here, and this would indicate some upside targets, right? So this would be reaching, this would be reaching a target of about 262 here by maybe around I'd say the 3 a.m. Pacific time, then we would be reaching these targets, even the 266 that we talked about right here, right? That 266 would be right at about 11 a.m. tomorrow. All of these things could actually happen a little bit faster than that, right, team? But this is still speculation. I'm giving you 3 areas of support, so watch out with those zones right there, okay, team? I think this is a pretty good place to leave off, and now you know the downside targets, and you know the areas for take profit as well, okay, you guys? Make sure to sign up for that ArcMasters course, okay, you guys? It is critical for you to get in there immediately before the seats get all taken up. All right, guys, so I wish you well, a very, very good night, and we'll talk soon. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell. Mañana. All right, team. Adios.